everyone and welcome back. Today we're talking about Better Call Saul Season 4 today. Full spoiler warning obviously because we're in the 4th season. By now, if you don't know already, I'm spoiling the show as I'm talking about it. If you want to know my thoughts on this show without any spoilers, go watch my review for Season 1. But today we're back. I'm very excited. We're suited up because I would feel bad if I wasn't wearing a suit. So Season 4, what did I think? Well, Chuck is dead. That first episode I absolutely adored. I love the way that they had Saul Goodman, Jimmy McGill deal with his grief, where he doesn't have to say much because nothing has to be said. And I love that by the end of that episode, you see something in him break that's just never gonna come back. The point of no return, and there was some anticipation for me getting back into this. I was really ready for this show to kick in. Because by the time that Breaking Bad hit its 4th season, it was on fire. So I was ready, and honestly, the season to me felt like an intermission in this show. Its identity crisis kind of regressed a bit. Mike is now fully dependent on this job building the meth lab, so he doesn't need Jimmy's help, so those worlds cross less and less. Jimmy can't be a lawyer yet still, so it's just kind of a year of meandering and a season of meandering until we can get to, hey, he's Saul Goodman now. It very much feels like an intermission. There's cool things that happen, but there's no, this is the arc of the season. This is just another chapter in this huge character study that the show is doing. You've got the murder twins completely shooting up a place for the guys that they thought had attacked Nacho. You've got all sorts of tidbits like that in the season, but don't get me wrong, the show is really good, but it just didn't kick in the way I wanted it to, or it hasn't just yet. And for the show to take 4 seasons to then all of a sudden kick in, it's not enough for me. It's not Breaking Bad where I could throw it on in any episode. I am just hooked. I am entranced by what is happening. I have to really be in the mood for this kind of lawyer show and already know where this story ends to really appreciate the beginning and where it's gonna go. I have a feeling everyone was quiet about this show until season 6, so there is some big stuff coming. So I feel like that's the way that this show is. You need to know everything and to have sat through it and had that payoff to go, yeah, I actually really want to go back to those early seasons and see Chuck again. We also got the introduction to Lalo this season. Now, I think it's pronounced Lalo. Sorry if I got that wrong. I will get it right because I know that he is going to be a bigger presence in the coming seasons. I do know about this guy. And if I know about him outside of watching this show ever before, I know that he's a big deal. So far, I absolutely love him. You can tell he is as sadistic as all the other Salamancas, but he's very calm and collected about himself. He won't just throw everything away like Tuco will for a quick punch. This man drops out of ceilings like a goddamn spider monkey. Other things that happened of note in this season, Huel when he assaults a cop, and now we have this huge trial with Huel to deal with. Again, this feels like another chapter in Jimmy McGill's story on his way to becoming Saul Goodman. I'm waiting for the meet. But I really, really loved the whole, no, Huel saved us from the fire, and all these fake people and the websites and the phones, that Huel is just this otherworldly character, and I love that. In the very latter episodes of the season, that's when it really started to pick up for me and where I wanted it to be, where Jimmy has to confront how he really feels about Chuck and how he doesn't mention him at all in trying to get his lawyer license back, and doesn't get the license back because they wanted him to mention Chuck. His huge spiel on the car park rooftop with Kim is exactly what I want more of this show to be. And I think that the big twist or finale to this season is supposed to be the reveal that Jimmy lies when he pours his heart out talking about his brother to then get his license back. That it's really a twist. He doesn't care at all, but I thought he didn't care at all, so it wasn't a twist for me. I thought, yeah, no, he's just lied and he's just conned everyone in the room. Great job. But no, I'm going into lawyering as Saul Goodman. That's my name. Awesome. The show's getting started and it ends. That's how season 4 ends. It's still incredibly good television, but it felt like from where season 3 kind of left us, it took a tiny step back. Everything still feels like a very natural progression of where these characters are supposed to go. Like you need this step in between the year after Chuck dies for Better Call Saul to become a thing. So don't get me wrong, don't think I'm being too negative. For me, season 4 is still going to get a very solid 8 out of 10. I was just hoping that this would go to a 9 and these later seasons would go to a 10. Like I'm ready. I've waited and I'm ready. Give me Better Call Saul, please. I need to see Jimmy get in way too deep. But that's a general summary on my thoughts on season 4. It's still good, but I was just hoping for more, and that might be my own fault. You know, am I setting my expectations too high? I don't know. It's made by Vince Gilligan and he made Breaking Bad, so the expectation is there that this show will get started at some point. But I'm still thoroughly enjoying it. I just want it to be another classic that stands the test of time. Heaven knows it's better than She-Hulk, the new lawyer show, which is currently running. We'll talk about that soon as well. As always, guys, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video, anything else you can think of to help me out. I really appreciate it. If you've made it to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend, and hopefully I can see you guys next time when I'm talking about Season 5 of Better Call Saul. Bye, guys.